Welcome back to ZTalk. I'm Yang Sheng from the Global Times. Since China adjusts its policy for COVID-19 epidemic prevention and control, it seems like some foreign media and Western governments are acting very concerned in regard to the health of Chinese people and how China's policy adjustment would affect the world. But the voices they made are sort of strange and weird. Firstly, they said China is actually making a certain U-turn that leaves many unprepared. Secondly, they said the current change made by China proves the country's tough fight against the pandemic in past 3 years is meaningless. Now, some of them are accusing China with old terms that the data that China shared with the outside world are not transparent. Sounds familiar, right? They said the same to China when they mess up and cause over 1 million of deaths after they ignored China's warning about how deadly the virus could be in 2020. After hearing these voices from the West, mostly from the United States, many people share the same feeling with me. It's never about what we do, but always about who does it. When China told them to be serious and wear the masks, they ignored the warning and even hype up the conspiracies and racist narratives against China and the Chinese people. When China conducted a zero-COVID policy to try its best to protect the people and to minimize the economic damage, they say China is isolating itself from the world, and the policy is not good for the global recovery. Let's use facts to respond to those ridiculous voices. In order to answer the questions about is the current change an unprepared U-turn policy shift, and does the current policy adjustment make the anti-COVID fight in past 3 years meaningless? The Global Times reporters have reached medical workers and experts and also went to hospitals to interview with the doctors who are paying great efforts to cure the infected. The answer we learned is no.
以类以管，绝不是放任不管。我们已经和正在积极地针对这些风险进行有关的准备，保障调整的平稳过渡。
我们密切跟踪病毒特点，研判疫情形势变化，加快推进疫苗接种和药物供给，加强医疗救治和防控体系建设，提升应急处置能力等因素，都为我们调整新冠病毒感染的法律归类创造了条件。
在我们有足够的时间，让广大的人民群众能够接种上新冠疫苗。我们看一下重症危重症的比例，从2020年的16.47%下降到去年的3.32%。到今年我统计到12月5号0.18%。
Pang Zhiyong, director of the Intensive Care Unit of Zhongnan Hospital of Wuhan University, said, "We are not unprepared. For the past years, we have been enhancing the construction of designated hospitals for treating COVID patients and improving the team of medical workers in ICUs." Today, China optimized its policy when the virus variant continued to mutate and become less deadly. But once again, those voices come up to accuse China. It seems like if they can make China look bad enough, they will be able to beautify their terrible performances in handling the pandemic in past 3 years. Even they have to be hypocritical and turn a blind eye to what they have done in their own countries for epidemic prevention, and make self-contradicted and laughable voices to smear any decision that China has made. In fact, those Western media and governments, especially the US ones, don't give a thing about the public health of China. And everything in their minds is about the great power competition strategy of the United States against China, and how to push decoupling with China in the name of epidemic prevention. And they want to exclude China from the post-pandemic recovery. Even some in the US media, like the New York Times, can't stand with the ridiculous travel restriction that only targeted China. An article published by the MIT on January 6 said America's COVID test requirement for Chinese travelers is a farce. The article said by treating only COVID from China as a real danger and domestic cases as a presumably milder, the US government effectively endorsed the centuries-old trope of Asian as a diseased other, and the notion that the coronavirus is in fact the China virus. And the article also said the coronavirus knows no nationalities or borders, and treating it as a uniquely Chinese problem not only serves to pathologize Asian people, but also fails to protect the American public. Fortunately, those racist and irresponsible voices can't stop the majority of the international community that are working with China to boost the recovery of international travel and people-to-people exchanges with necessary and scientific epidemic prevention measures. During the 2023 New Year's Day holiday and the Lunar New Year national holidays, we have seen a comprehensive recovery of economy in many fields across the country. The airports, train stations, subway, restaurants, bars, nightclubs, movie theaters, and scenic spots are getting crowded again. Yes, some people and families are still having tough fights with the virus at the moment, and not every infected patient can be cured. The fight with the COVID-19 pandemic is not over yet, and we are still fighting the fight just like everyone else around the globe. But we do have confidence and have a reason to believe we deserve a better future. We deserve to embrace the spring because we never give up in the winter. The Lunar New Year has come, and we also call it the Spring Festival. So I would like to wish you all the best and a good health in 2023, as well as the Year of the Rabbit. Hopefully, in this year, more people from different countries around the globe can meet each other not only via video links, but also face to face. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.